Tonight, we report on the closure of a Quincy Road and an upcoming powwow in Soap Lake. What's going on in sports, Bob?
Big Bend Community College has a new head volleyball coach, and the Vikings split a doubleheader with Walla Walla. Stick around to find out the details. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
And here in the weather department, we're watching for a very nice Friday. And then as we slide into the weekend, a little cooling trend, and you can see behind me a threat of a few showers. Details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A section of Baird Springs Road will be closed for most of May. Grant County Public Works is installing new, larger culvert pipes under the road starting on Monday. The construction is expected to close Baird Springs Road between Overland Road and Road M Northwest until May 22nd. The section of road is between Quincy and Ephrata to the north of State Route 28. Public Works Director Jeff Tincher explained the county is installing the larger culverts to stop the road from washing out during heavy rains. The project is included in the department's maintenance budget. The construction will involve digging trenches in the road, which will keep the county from opening the road at night until the construction is finished. Soap Lake is gearing up for its annual powwow. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
The Soap Lake Powwow is a celebration of Northwest Native American culture. The event takes place June 6th through 8th at Soap Lake's East Beach Park. Event organizer Farron So Happy says the event will feature singing, drumming, and dancing with tribal members in colorful traditional dance regalia. Stick games, a native form of gambling, will also run late into the morning hours, according to So Happy. The Soap Lake City Council recently waived the noise ordinance for the event, allowing participants to celebrate until 3 a.m. Vendors will also be on hand at the event, offering crafts, clothes, and food. The event last year drew about 50 from several Northwest tribes, So Happy said, including the Colville, Spokane, and Yakima. The event put on by the Soap Lake Powwow Association also attracts a number of visitors to Soap Lake. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Jacob Taylor is running for Grant County Auditor's position. Taylor is the county's chief accountant, and he announced his plan to run for election today. Taylor said retiring auditor Dave Firebaugh approached him about running for the position roughly 2 years ago, shortly after Taylor was hired. His goals include bringing more training to the county, partially to help with keeping employees at the county, and partially to save money. Taylor said he wants to work on changing how the county does its financial reports and investigate creating one office to handle all the county's purchases. Taylor graduated from Washington State University with a degree in business administration and worked for the Washington State Auditor's Office for 6 years. A 3-year-old girl was struck by a car and received minor injuries. The girl was standing with her mother on South Canterbury Lane Monday afternoon. The young girl pulled away from her mother and stepped into the road from between 2 large SUVs. According to the Moses Lake Police, a woman driving a Honda Civic tried to stop but had very little time to react and struck the child. According to Captain Dave Sands, the girl was taken to Samaritan Hospital for treatment of minor wounds. Officers determined the driver was not at fault for the collision with the pedestrian, and no charges will be pursued. Now, let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be back after this.
Hey, how do you TDM? fish taco.
Chicken burrito. No. Chicken taco.
I want fire on my burrito. I want jalapenos. I want habanero sauce. I want it hot, hot, hot.
Rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, and that is it.
I like nachos. I like nachos.
2 pork tacos with creamy chipotle sauce, and make it a combo.
Love fish tacos.
Gotta be fresh, gotta be fast, gotta be to go, gotta get out of here.
Stop by today and TDM with our new creamy chipotle sauce.
Looking for that authentic Philly flavor? Come down to Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things and try our mouthwatering cheesesteak sandwiches. Prepared fresh and served hot. Make sure to pair it up with our classic wings, ranging from sweet and tangy to hot and spicy. East meets West at Nia Carson's. We provide Moses Lake with that authentic Philadelphia taste. Bring the whole family. We promise to make them something they'll all enjoy. Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things. Good service, great price, and something different.
And hi there, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Meteorologist Don Morello with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News Weather. And we do have our forecast, of course, brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, the temperature will be going places, and that's on the downward trend, but not until after tomorrow. So we'll call it heat for one more days in the headlines with a very pleasant May evening tonight, the first full night of May. And looking for a more seasonal weekend, though, as we see the temperatures start sliding down and perhaps even a few sprinkles starting in the area maybe on Saturday, more likely Sunday, and even more likely on Monday. So you get the picture as we slide through the next couple of days. The threat of some sprinkles will go up as the temperature goes down. Well, the temperature was up there today, wasn't it? 81 degrees, 9 degrees shy of the record. 48 was the morning low, and that's 6 degrees above the normal daytime high. Moses Lake, 82 and 42. So again, a very, very pleasant first day of May. So I hope you had a chance to get out and enjoy just a wonderful, wonderful day. And it's really setting up to be a very nice evening, as I mentioned before, and looking for a breeze from the south to southwest, only 5 to 10 miles an hour. And we'll squeeze in one more nice day tomorrow as we go through the motion here of taking a look at the clouds and precipitation forecast overnight tonight through the next couple of days. And put into motion a few passing clouds, but all in all, not a bad night and not a bad start to the day. Some increasing clouds tending to come our way during the Saturday time frame, but still mainly to the west of the Cascades and to the coastal plain will be the better chance of showers on Saturday. But you get the picture that this little swirl off the coast will be increasing instability as time goes on. So we'll look for a possibility of some showers in the area Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but very, very spotty in nature here in the Columbia Basin. Statewide forecast Friday, again, increasing clouds, coastal areas, but still not too bad. Temperatures in the 60s and lower 70s, and the inland northwest upper 70s, even into the mid 80s. And sliding into the Columbia Basin, we're looking at temperatures very nice. Wow, very, very nice. Almost on the hot side, if you ask me, but still very pleasant Friday afternoon to end the work week. And then taking a quick look at the next 7 days after the heat of Friday. Things go downhill with the thermometer dropping a good 15, 20 degrees to more seasonal levels into the 60s for highs right through much of the work week next week. Spotty sprinkles the weekend, nothing to ruin your plans about. A little bit more opportunity for widespread activity on Wednesday. But again, during the weekend, I hope you have some plans to get out and enjoy because the sprinkles will only be short-lived and spotty, nothing to ruin your plans about. Enjoy your rest of your first evening of May. Keep it here. Sports is coming up next.
It's been called the most inspiring vehicle ever made, boasting a 5-star safety rating and named as a top safety pick. It's also done more to help our environment than any other car in the world. It's Toyota's Prius. Now with your choice of the regular model, the larger Prius V, or the smaller Prius C. Saving fuel, reducing harmful CO2 emissions, and offered to you with excellent savings. Toyota's Prius family. Drive one today at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota. Let's go places.
Good food, cold beer, and plenty of entertainment. That's what Sporty Steakhouse is all about. Open 6 a.m. every day. We offer over 100 reasonably priced menu items with 24 different ice-cold beers on tap and a wide variety of spirits. Come in with your favorite group, watch the game on our big screen TV, shoot pool, play shuffleboard, and more. We have live music and DJs, so find us on Facebook for upcoming events. Located on East Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake. Sporty Steakhouse, where good friends meet.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. Big Ben split a doubleheader with Walla Walla at home Wednesday. It was a beautiful day for baseball in the Columbia Basin when the Vikings and Wolves took to the diamond. Big Bend was looking to take two from Walla Walla and remain in the thick of things in the race for postseason play. But the Vikings dropped the first contest 9-3 and had to come from behind to take the second 6-5, and now need to win out and get some help to make it to the playoffs. Big Bend took a 2-1 lead into the top of the sixth in game one, but the Wolves hung 8 runs on the board over the next 3 innings to run away with it. The Vikings looked to be on the verge of dropping game 2 as they trailed 5-2 after 7.5 innings of play, but Big Bend pushed 3 runners across the plate in the bottom of the 8th and got a gift with a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Big Bend has 6 games remaining in the regular season. The Vikings still have a slim chance to make the postseason play, but need to win them all and have the teams above them knock each other off to get in. The Big Bend Lady Vikings have a new head volleyball coach. Steve Duncan will take over the helm of the Big Bend program that was vacated by Allison Baker after 1 season. Duncan has 10 years of coaching experience under his belt. He coached at Yakima Valley College and helped lead West Valley and Eisenhower High Schools to 5 state berths and 1 state championship during his tenure at the institutions. Duncan was also an assistant coach at Central Washington University when the Wildcats made their last trip to the NCAA volleyball tournament. He is the founder of Hall Wagner Classic Volleyball Tournament that raises money for young children suffering from life-threatening ailments. Duncan moved to the area from Temecula, California, and has already begun to recruit players to the Big Bend program. Seattle Seahawks general manager John Schneider says the team expects wide receiver Sidney Rice to be ready for the start of the 2014 season after suffering a torn ACL midway through last season. Snyder added that Terrell Pryor, who was acquired from Oakland, will compete at the quarterback position exclusively. Seattle sent a 7th-round pick to the Raiders in exchange for Pryor. There was thought that he could be a dual-threat player for the Seahawks, but Snyder says Pryor is learning the quarterback position. Well, there are plenty of high school sporting events going on in the Basin over the weekend, with teams jockeying for postseason play as the regular season winds down. So be sure and get out and root on your favorite team if you have the opportunity. Players and coaches will appreciate your support. That's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's important at Eagle Home Mortgage is taking care of our clients, being honest, and doing loans full of integrity.
We understand that every borrower's situation is unique. We offer a variety of products to help meet individual requirements.
What sets us apart is that we get things done, and we get things done at a fast pace. It doesn't take days and days. Se habla español.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local iFIBER Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a care farm maintained by a Quincy nurse. Here's Jeff True with the story.
Career nurse Ingrid Huffman Martinez is developing a military veterans care farm at her property on the edge of Quincy. The idea is to welcome veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome who work on the property for free room and board, receiving outdoor therapy through their farm labors. Ingrid, who served in the Navy and Army Nurse Corps, also suffers from post-traumatic stress syndrome after a tour of duty in Iraq. She believes the care farm concept works for veterans and victims of domestic violence.
Well, a care farm, it's a European concept. They've known for a long time that you put someone that's even physically ill, mentally ill, together with animals and nature, and healing occurs.
Ingrid explained how the idea works in Europe.
Take, for instance, this one care farm in Europe, Klink's Care Farm. They made deals with the local doctor's offices, and the doctor's office would give their mildly depressed, mildly mentally ill patients a prescription to go to the care farm. And 40 of them signed up for this trial, and at the end of 12 weeks going to work on the farm only 1 day a week, 25% of those were back to working and living normal lives.
She recalled what triggered her post-traumatic stress syndrome during the Iraq conflict.
Taking care of dying soldiers.
Ingrid believes her personal experience gives her a special understanding of others with the disorder. Ingrid also has experience in body energy work. Ingrid and her husband, Armando Martinez, a longtime Quincy resident, are now planting an experimental permaculture garden using hay bales and drip irrigation. The idea is to grow organic vegetables that are weed-free. Her daughter, Alexis Goodwill, has helped her mother think the concept through.
Me and my mom are pretty much a lot alike, so I guess you could say I'm the little voice in her head. There's sometimes where we think just exactly like it's a little creepy, but I always wanted to work outside, have my own farm, and just always appealed to me, and so I bugged her every day for years to get more animals.
Ingrid can be contacted through her website at bluewindsdancing.net or by phone 509-668-7700.
So coming out, working in the sunshine, planting things and seeing them grow, working with the animals, it all focuses on things you can do.
The family lives in a 1905 farmhouse built by Quincy pioneer Al Ryman. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
6 years ago, my dad began having issues with headaches, sore throats, and constant fatigue. He tried treating the problem with over-the-counter medications and lots of caffeine. Finally, he talked to his doctor, who confirmed our suspicions. Dad had sleep apnea. He didn't like the idea of using a CPAP, but after trying it one night, he was convinced. We found everything he needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow, what's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients,
better pizza,
and a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
A man reportedly threw a gun over the Moses Lake Surf and Slide water park fence during a chase in Moses Lake. Prosecutors charged Angel Ramirez, a 20-year-old Warden man in Grant County Superior Court, with assault in the second degree and unlawful possession of a firearm in the second degree. A Moses Lake police officer reportedly spotted a vehicle that failed to signal a lane change. After the vehicle stopped on Dogwood Street, Ramirez allegedly got out and began running to McCosh Park. He allegedly drew a .38 caliber Ruger pistol, pointed it at the officer, then threw the gun over the fence into the water park and stopped running. Police found the gun. Ramirez has previous convictions for narcotics and riot while armed in 2012. In Northwest news, Seattle Mayor Ed Murray is proposing a phase-in of an increase in the city's minimum wage to $15 an hour over the next 7 years. Businesses with greater than 500 employees nationally will have at least 3 years to phase in the increase. Smaller organizations will have 7 years, with the new wage including a consideration for tips and health care costs over the first 5 years. Once the $15 wage is reached, future increases will be tied to the Consumer Price Index. Murray had this to say this afternoon.
Seattle, I think, will prove itself when this process is finished in council to once again be an incubator of democracy, to be a city that once again does great things by showing how we as a city can lead the conversation in the nation to address this growing problem in our society, the growing problem of income inequality.
The plan now goes to the City Council for discussion. Washington State already has the nation's highest minimum wage at $9.32 an hour. Murray made raising the minimum wage a campaign promise last year. King County Superior Court Judge Mary Yu has been appointed to the Washington State Supreme Court, becoming the first gay justice as well as the first Asian American to serve on the state's high court. Yu was appointed by Governor Jay Inslee today. She replaces Justice James Johnson, who announced his retirement last month due to health issues. Johnson's last day on the bench was yesterday. Yu was appointed to the King County Superior Court by former Governor Gary Locke, and she's the first Supreme Court justice appointed by Inslee, who took office in January of 2013. To keep the seat, she will have to run for election in November. When the state's first gay marriages started taking place around the state in December of 2012, she officiated the first King County marriage just after midnight. A California woman describes the scene inside her home as a real-life version of the Alfred Hitchcock classic, The Birds. For CNN, Alina Abovian reports.
This is a scene from the 1960s cult classic, The Birds. And here's a scene from outside Shirley Brown's Exeter house.
I mean, they come out of nowhere, and then they're here, and there's like 200 or 300 of them. Yeah, I screamed a couple of times because the birds are, you know, you're doing this and dodging them because they're scared too. I mean, it was amazing.
Shirley says that when she walked in on Friday, the birds were everywhere. They were in her kitchen, behind this TV, underneath the couch, up on the ceiling fans, nearly 70 birds flying loose inside her home.
I think the most horrified was how they got in and then the mess that they were making while they were here because birds are scared and they're pooping.
To clean up, Shirley fired up her vacuum.
But when I did that, I scared them, obviously, and they were flying out of the chimney. And so we were just chasing birds all for about an hour. It was nuts. So I just assumed they were trying to get away from the storm that we had Friday night.
But since Friday, Shirley says they've been back every night around 8 like clockwork. And it makes sense that the birds are here. Here's a look at the black swift bird. Typically during summer, they flock to California to mate.
I'm thinking with the weather change and everything, they'll go away. So I hope.
And while this won't be making Hollywood movie history, Shirley is certainly making history in her neighborhood. There are about 6 homes with chimneys on this block, but for some reason, the birds are picking this house and that chimney to go into. In Exeter, Alina Abovian, KMPH Fox 26 News.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.